Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm recording once again with the Google Pixel, and this time around at 1080p at 60 frames per second. The previous video was at 30 frames per second. I'm sure you must have seen the sample. If you haven't, please go and check it out. So I'll be doing the same thing again, moving from right to left and left to right, and see if the video produces any sort of stutter or jitter. As you can see, it's pretty smooth. I think in my opinion it's a bit more smoother than what it was with 30 frames per second. Maybe it's the higher frame rate. In fact, in all honesty, in most phones, when it comes to 60 frames per second, the video tends to be a bit more unstable and a bit more jittery, but here I think it's the opposite. Okay, so now let's move across and see how good is the video stabilization. Okay, I'm working at a fairly brisk pace, and you can see the video is very stable. By the way, the camera has no optical image stabilization, it only has electronic image stabilization, and they're using the gyroscope to keep things steady, and seems to be working so far. Even at 60 frames per second, you can see the camera is pretty decent, not too bad. Even focusing is not that much of a problem. You can see the background's gone blurry, and I'm focusing on the leaf straight away without even tapping on the screen, so not too bad. So let's quickly change and let's go to another leaf and see if it can focus just there. There you go, guys, and it's able to focus straight away without any issues. So things are looking so far so good, not too bad. And let's once again go upwards towards the sky, change the exposure, and then come back down again. And the video stabilization seems to be decent so far, not too bad. This bit of stutter and jitter that produces when you go from left to right or right to left, but all in all, impressive stuff so far, not bad. Let's do quickly a thumb test as well and see how quickly it focuses. There you go, that's my thumb, and back onto the leaf again, and my thumb again here, and back onto the leaf. Even at 60 frames per second, where if you remember correctly, the S7 and the S7 Edge in my video did struggle big time. At 60 frames per second, S7 and the S7 Edge was struggling. As you can see here, Google Pixel, even at 60 frames per second 1080p, it is not struggling. In fact, if you remember, it was pretty much unfunctional at 60 frames per second on the S7 Edge, and we had to wait a while before things could focus at this speed. At 30 frames it was fine, but at 60 frames it was struggling. But at the Google Pixel, as you can see, both at 30 and 60 is able to focus straight away without any issues. So this is, I think, a job well done, and really big thumbs up from my side to Google for producing an outstanding autofocusing camera, something which people often struggle with so many phones these days. Obviously the phone is expensive, but you definitely get what you pay for. A world-class camera with a lightning autofocus speed, good clarity, good contrast overall, and things are looking very well so far from what I can see. So guys, this is me recording with the Google Pixel at 60 frames per second 1080p. If you like my video, please do give it a thumbs up. Any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment section, and like always, please subscribe as it helps, and I shall see you in the next video.